Hello people of the internet, this is Learn Punjabi with Tushar, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to do the proper, well, you could say stroke order in Gurumukhi. Um and the thing is, in Gurumukhi, there isn't really a stroke order. There's not something you have to follow. It's not like Japanese, Chinese, or Korean where you have to follow a special stroke order, else, just you're just supposed to do that, or it doesn't look right, or anything else. In Gurumukhi, you can just you don't have to follow it. Like, it's just completely not required. As long as it looks like the character, it's fine to a certain extent. But I'm also in this video going to teach you about these little circle hoops. So, like, if you look right here, and I'll highlight this, you see these hoops, and then when you write down the actual Punjabi characters, you don't see these hoops, and you may wonder why that is. And that's just a font difference, if you're wondering. But I'm also going to go over that. First, we're going to go over a sort of stroke order. So I'm going to take out the black pen, and let's say we have Sasa, right, as we saw up here, up there. So Sasa, like this, right? That's how I see Punjabi people write it. Now you also have stuff like this, right? You can also write. I personally write it like this. I put the line on top, and then I do like this. But I wouldn't recommend doing this because if you're writing a word like, let's say you're writing the word uh, sup, right, which is snake, sup. So say you were writing it like that, and then you wrote that, and it kind of looks weird. You see, like that. So if you wrote it like this instead, then wrote papa like that, and then put the line on top like that, it kind of looks, more balanced. And that's how you're supposed to write it, but I usually write the line on top. Though again, it doesn't matter. But the reason I wanted to make this video though completely is because um it it's supposed to help you improve your handwriting. Like, I can imagine it's very difficult when you're learning a new language or a new writing system, that learning how to write the stroke order, or not the stroke order, or how to make it look right, is difficult. And this is a way you can do that, right? Um and the method I recommend is do the bottom and then do the top, right? I personally don't do that. I probably will start doing that. So, I also improve my handwriting. But you want to do it like that, do it like this, and then like that. And even this is actually not right. It's actually supposed to be like, well, not supposed to, but I've seen people write it like this, and then stop right there, put a line here, and then put the line on top, make it a three-stroke thing, and that's Sasa. And then you also have like stuff like Gaga, which Gaga, when it's like written down, sort of uh looks like that, right? You sometimes you can get confused because, like, when people are writing fast, you might see them go like that. It's like, wait a minute, that looks like Sasa, and it is at the same time it's Gaga. This doesn't happen too often, and it's very easy to figure out by context because the word wouldn't make sense otherwise, right? But just to keep in mind. And the other thing I wanted to talk about is this loop-de-doop, loop-de-loop, loop-de-loop, loop, just loop. I okay. This loop right here. So this loop, when you're writing a Punjabi character, and I'll probably, you know what? I'm gonna make a circle, and right here you're gonna see the character for Sasa, and then I'll put another one here actually. And you know what? Instead of putting another one here, I'm going to magically go what, and now it'll turn into Jaja. And as you can see, uh, it doesn't really have this loop-de-loop, right? It doesn't have this loop-de-loop, and that's weird because in when we write, like, let's say we write Jaja, which, I mean, I've seen people actually go like this sometimes too, but I'm gonna write it like that just because you don't see this loop-de-loop, right? But what you see instead of that is that it's like a little bit like ticker or a little bump. It looks like a little bump. It looks sort of like, yeah, well, you see it. I don't because I'm editing this, but you see that little bump right there, right? Somewhere here. I don't really know where to point because for me, I don't see it. I'm gonna see this in post. But that little bump translates to this loop-de-loop that you see when writing down in Gurumukhi. And like other things that like Jaja right here I wanted to actually go over is that like I personally write it like this. You can also write it like this, right? But like again, it doesn't matter. If you really want, you could write it like that. Stop right there, put a line, then continue this line. Stop right there again, put another line. Stop here, and then do that. If you really wanted to, and then extend it, like it doesn't matter. Like please keep that in mind that this does not matter. This is just a tip. This is something that might improve your handwriting, but you don't need to follow it. If you're realizing that, if you're like doing this and you're like doing this method and you're like, holy crap, that doesn't look anything like the actual character, right? And it looks something like that. It's like, what just happened? Just don't worry about it. Go back to how you were writing. Just try to get it as close to a handwritten Punjabi character, right? Which handwritten looks like this, right? Well, not that. Looks like, you know what? Why am I rewriting it? Looks like this, right? Or looks like that. That's what your goal is. That's what your goal is. And I'm pretty sure you can go on Google and search up or YouTube and see plenty of videos of people writing the entire alphabet down by hand, right? Or just general videos of people writing Gurumukhi, right? And you can, instead of imitating the font that you see that Google uses when doing Punjabi, or the font that I used when putting it in the circle over here, you can just copy the font that people do when they write instead. But that's all I wanted to say. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy this one. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.